All right, welcome to another deep dive. This time, we're exploring something that feels straight out of science fiction, AI video generation.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah, so you guys shared a YouTube tutorial showcasing this platform called Similar Video, and it's got some pretty bold claims about creating viral videos, especially for platforms like, TikTok, Instagram, that kind of thing.
And the part that really caught my eye was the
Yeah.
idea that you could create these videos without even being on camera.
Right. Like, that's kind of mind-blowing. Just turn a simple script into a viral video. Pretty tempting for anyone who's a little camera shy, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it opens up a whole new world of possibilities for content creation. Think about like small businesses or educators, anyone who might not have the resources or the confidence to be in front of the camera.
It's like suddenly everyone has the potential to become a video creator, right?
Exactly. And it really democratizes access to this powerful medium.
So the tutorial mentions two main ways to create these viral videos with Similar Video. One is replicating existing hits.
Which, from a technological standpoint, is incredibly impressive.
Yeah, you just plug in the link to a video that's already gone viral and the AI whips up something similar. That seems a little, I don't know, almost too easy.
Right. It makes you wonder about originality.
Oh,
If everyone's just copying what's already popular, are we going to see less creative, unique content out there?
that's a great point. It's almost like, are we sacrificing creativity for efficiency?
It's a question worth considering, for sure.
Okay, so then the other way to create videos is using this text-to-video feature. So you write a script, and the AI handles the visuals.
It almost sounds like magic, doesn't it?
It does. Like, how does the AI even know what kind of footage to use? Does
Yeah.
it just have access to this massive library of videos and images?
That's what I'm assuming. The tutorial doesn't get too deep into the technical details, but I imagine it involves some pretty sophisticated AI algorithms that can analyze your script and match it with relevant visuals.
I wonder how specific you can get with the instructions. Like, can you tell it to use footage of a sunset in Paris at a certain time of day?
I guess that's where the art of writing a good script comes in, being able to convey your vision clearly to the AI.
It's almost like you're directing a movie, but instead of actors, you're directing an AI.
That's a great analogy.
So the tutorial talks about this anatomy of a viral video, and it all starts with the hook, right? Like grabbing the viewer's attention right off the bat.
Exactly. And they use Drake as an example, showing him saying something catchy at the beginning of the video. It's all about those first few seconds, making people stop scrolling and actually watch your content.
Right. And they were saying that familiar faces are key, especially for something like TikTok, where people are just, mindlessly scrolling through their feed.
It's about tapping into that existing recognition, that instant connection. Our brains are wired to pay attention to things we already know and like.
So after the hook, it's all about the visuals and B-roll, right? That's where the AI really starts flexing its muscles, trying to match the footage to your script.
It seems that way. And what's interesting is that you can actually tweak the footage.
Really?
Yeah. The tutorial showed how you can replace scenes if you don't like them, or you can search for specific clips to better fit your vision.
Oh, wow. So it's not like you're completely at the mercy of the AI. You still have some control over the creative process.
Right. It's more of a collaboration, I guess. You're working with the AI to achieve the desired outcome.
They even searched for like spraying money footage at one point, which I thought was pretty funny. It's like having a built-in stock footage library.
Exactly. It's amazing what you can find.
What about sound? Can you add music, voiceovers, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, they have all that. You could choose from a library of music tracks or create AI voiceovers. And they even have animated captions.
Wait, animated captions?
Yeah, they showed examples of captions bouncing in and out, changing colors, even typing out like a typewriter.
That's so cool. I can see that being really effective, especially for younger audiences.
It's about keeping people engaged, adding that extra layer of visual interest. And speaking of strategy, the tutorial did mention something important about music choices.
Oh, yeah, copyright issues. You can't just use any song you want, right?
Exactly. It's crucial to use royalty-free music, or make sure you have the proper licenses. Otherwise, you could get into some legal trouble.
So it sounds like Similar Video gives you a lot of creative freedom, but you still need to be mindful of the rules.
It's a balance. You have the power to create something amazing, but you also have the responsibility to use that power wisely.
Okay, so we've talked about the two main ways to create videos with Similar Video, and we've touched on this anatomy of a viral video. What else is covered in the tutorial?
Well, the tutorial actually walks you through creating a video from scratch, step by step. I'll make a closer look at that.
Absolutely. Let's see how this all comes together in practice. All right, so we're about to see the magic happen, right? Like, how do you actually go from a script to a finished video using similar video?
Yeah, the tutorial walks us through it step by step.
Yeah.
It starts with, well, like we talked about, putting in your script.
That's the foundation, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, they offer that option to rewrite an existing script, like they did with that TikTok example.
Right.
Gives you some flexibility right from the start.
Yeah.
So once that script is in, then you get to choose how you're going to start your video. And the tutorial highlights 4 main options. You can start with a hook, or you can use B-roll footage.
Okay.
You can incorporate a celebrity sticker, or begin with a viral voiceover.
Whoa, that's a lot of options.
Yeah, right.
So it seems like they're really giving you a lot of creative control over the tone and the style of your video right from the beginning.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the hook option seems like it would be the most impactful, especially when you see those examples with like celebrities like Drake saying something super catchy.
Right, that's what I was thinking. It's like instantly you're tapping into that fan base and getting people hooked.
Right.
But I do wonder, does it have to be a person?
That's a good question.
Like, could it be a powerful image or a sound effect or a question posed directly to the viewer?
Yeah, I mean, the tutorial focused on the celebrity hook.
Right.
But it would be interesting to play around with those other ways to grab people's attention.
Totally. So once you've got your killer opener, the AI gets to work generating the visuals, right?
All right. And like what's really cool is that it analyzes the script, breaking it down into these individual scenes and then matching footage to each part.
Okay.
And it's not just like randomly slapping footage together. They've actually programmed the AI to consider the context and the flow of the story.
So it's not just like a jumble of random clips. It's actually trying to tell a story visually.
Exactly.
I remember they showed that example where they replaced a scene that wasn't quite working with like spraying money footage.
Right.
So you can actually like go in and change stuff.
Yeah, you have a lot of control over that. You can replace scenes you don't like, search for specific footage that better matches your vision.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, it's really like having this massive stock footage library at your fingertips.
That's pretty awesome. And then, of course, there's the sound. We talked about like music and voiceovers before, but then there's also those animated captions, which I still think is so cool.
Yeah, right.
So you can actually like choose different styles for your captions.
They showed examples of captions bouncing in and out, changing colors, even typing out like a typewriter.
Okay, that's cool. I'm definitely going to play around with those. It's like it makes the captions feel more dynamic.
Right, exactly.
Like part of the video itself, not just like an afterthought.
Yeah. And, a lot of people watch videos without sound these days. So.
Oh, true. That's a good point.
So it's important to make those captions engaging.
Right. The tutorial made a really good point about, being mindful of music copyright, which I think is really important. But I'm curious, is the AI like smart enough to help you with that? Like, could it identify royalty-free music or suggest alternatives to copyrighted tracks?
That would be a really cool feature. I
Yeah.
didn't see anything about that in the tutorial.
Okay.
But it's something that I imagine developers are working on,
Right.
As AI gets more sophisticated, it's going to become more integrated into every aspect of content creation.
From like generating ideas to even like the legal side of things.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's say we've got our visuals, we've got our sound design, we've got our super cool animated captions. What's next? What's the final step?
The moment of truth, exporting your masterpiece.
Right.
And the tutorial stresses the importance of choosing the highest resolution possible for the best viewing experience. So that's 1080p.
Okay.
And they also suggest adding background music when you share on platforms like TikTok or Instagram, just to kind of give it that extra polish.
So it's like, putting the final touches on your creation before you unleash it to the world. So there you have it. The complete step-by-step process for creating a video using similar video. And, it's remarkable how streamlined and user-friendly this all seems. It makes you wonder, like, is this the future of video creation?
It does, doesn't it?
Like, are we all going to be using AI to make videos from now on?
It's certainly a possibility. I mean, the technology is advancing so quickly that it's hard to predict what the future holds. But it's definitely an exciting time to be a content creator.
Right, because like the barrier to entry has just been lowered so drastically. It's like anyone with a computer and an internet connection can now potentially create a professional looking video.
Exactly.
But I mean, it does raise some questions about the future of, creativity and authenticity, right?
Yeah, it does. I mean, if anyone can create a video with just a few clicks, how do we know what's real anymore? And what does it mean for like the art of filmmaking?
It's like, is this technology going to make us all better storytellers?
Or is it going to make us all just like consumers of AI-generated content?
These are all questions that I think we need to grapple with as this technology continues to evolve.
Yeah, for sure. It's a powerful tool, but it's important to use it responsibly.
So we've talked about how similar video works, how you make the videos, all that. But now I want to zoom out a bit. Like, where does this fit into the bigger picture? It's not just about viral TikToks, right?
Right. It really feels like just the tip of the iceberg, The potential applications for AI video generation go way beyond social media.
Yeah, where else could this tech really make a difference?
Well, think about it. Education. Imagine teachers creating these incredibly engaging lessons, customized for each student, bringing complex topics to life visually.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. What about, like, I don't know, news or journalism?
Absolutely. Journalists could use AI to create data visualizations, explain complicated events, make information way more accessible to the average person.
So it's about making information clearer and more engaging no matter what the topic is.
Exactly, yeah. And it could even revolutionize fields like healthcare. Imagine doctors using AI-generated videos to explain procedures to patients, or researchers visualizing complex scientific data.
Okay, that's pretty mind-blowing. But with all this potential, are there, like, downsides we haven't talked about yet?
Well, we touched on the whole authenticity thing, right?
Yeah.
Deep fakes, misinformation, that kind of stuff. That's a real concern as this technology gets more powerful.
Yeah, because if anyone can create a super realistic video, how do we know what to believe anymore?
Exactly. It's going to become even more important to be critical thinkers, double check sources, be skeptical of what we see online.
It's like we need to become digital detectives or something.
Right. But along with that, there's the question of creativity.
Right. If we're all just relying on AI to make videos, does that mean we'll end up with less originality, less human expression?
It's a valid question, yeah. But I also see it as an opportunity. Think about it. AI can handle the technical stuff, the editing, finding footage, all that. And that frees us up, the human creators, to focus on the story, the message, the emotional impact.
So it's like AI becomes this tool that actually enhances creativity, not replaces it.
Yeah, exactly. A collaboration between human and machine, each bringing something unique to the table.
So what's your prediction? What does the future of AI video generation look like?
Well, it's hard to say for sure, but I definitely think AI is going to play a huge role, not just in video, but in all kinds of media creation.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll completely replace human creators, but it'll definitely change the game. We'll need to adapt, learn new skills, figure out how to best leverage this technology.
It's exciting and a little bit scary at the same time.
It is. This whole deep dive has been a real eye-opener for me, thinking about the implications of this technology.
Me too. Any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Yeah. I think it's important to remember that we're not just passive observers in all of this. We get to shape how this technology is used, what values are built into it, how it impacts society. It's a responsibility, but it's also an incredible opportunity.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's up to all of us to figure out how to use this power wisely.
Exactly.
Well, this has been an amazing conversation. Thanks for taking us on this deep dive.
Got it.
And to our listener, if you're feeling inspired, go explore these AI video tools, see what you can create. You might be surprised at what you come up with. Until next time, happy creating.